Thank you for joining us in the studio. It's an honor to have you here. How was the game overall? How far were you prepared in the opening? And that G5 idea, what are you feeling at that
Yeah,
time?
H3 is a bad move. So since my king is still in the center, yeah, G5 is prepared. But of course, it's all long time ago. Like I'm not allowed for today, but I remember this idea. Here it's very obvious that white has to play d4 because white cannot allow that up on the king side. Mm, yeah, so queen d8, king d8, and white can't take bishop f7 because of g4.
Hmm.
So h g4, knight g4 is the problem.
Hmm.
Any other move, I'll just play g h3 and those portions of fine. I think what she played was very obvious, and I felt this is more or less an not so bad, but black got a very comfortable position out of the opening, slightly a better version in the end game. But I felt here, I felt knight d2 is more precise.
Yeah.
Because like you have a flexibility of playing both knight f3 and knight f1, whereas this is shutting down some of the ideas and it's harassed. And here I'm going to harass the c4 bishop in some positions.
Also, the rook came to d2 and stayed there.
Right, right. Initially, I wanted to play direct rook d8 here, but rook d3 was the move which I didn't like. But it might be possible. But I felt c6 was quite nice move here. I didn't want to allow this knight to c4 in many positions. So once she's back, then I was happy with my plan that the knight is wasting the moves. So then I came to the fine. Yeah, of course, A4 I didn't expect at all. Only after making the move I realized her plan, but I calculated and I thought this is going to be a nice one. Because here if I don't go rook d2, any moves like bishop e6, just take and rook e2, then again knight a3, knight c4. So it's quite solid position for white. So I need to demolish the pawn structure, and my advantage is my king is centralized. And here I'm going to get a queen side edge.
And then usually when the rook is comes to
seventh rank,
then
it's always dangerous.
always good. So how did you feel your chances were in this position?
Yeah, like once I got this rook d2, I was pretty much sure that I'm having a quite better end game work here. But earlier, when we exchanged the queens, I was not sure. Though I felt I was slightly better, it was not clear. Here, okay, of course, we shouldn't start with rook b2 because of knight d3, knight e5 tempo. It's just a move down comparing with the game. So start with bishop e6. And this was the plan which I saw when I entered this line. So basically, I thought knight d3 is what I expected in the game, and then I wanted to go rook c2 and knight e1. Then I go rook d2, knight f3, rook b2.
This is beautiful. You kind
of I kind of escape with my rook, and the key point is the knight gets to c5. So which is quite a strong outpost, and later on this a4 is annoying, and also b5 again the same outside passer concept is happening. In fact, I expected this, but when I felt knight d7, now I started calculating because here at first I wasn't sure to which way to go, but then I realized anyway I'm going to lose the bishop. So the point is I need to get the outside passer as fast I could. And so here, and f6 is the key point, because if king e6, ab5, cb5, rook d3, a4, rook d5. So this rook is getting activated. f6 is also giving a double plan of getting rook f8 in some positions, which is quite tricky. Once you play f3, you get rook d8 and rook d2. In fact, in the game, of course, I felt okay, AB5, CB5, but still I'm having a big advantage. Even here, like when I went for C5, I felt even rook F8 was winning. Because A6, I just take on F2, A7, check and check with other rook and back rank check, and it will control the pawn. Even rook F8 is winning. But this is like quite a, you just using the advantage of the pawns.
Yeah, to
because
get past
the
pawns.
only trick white is having is to get this king locked on the back
Yeah.
rank with the 2 rooks on 7th rank.
Yeah, that was a very
But,
nice trick there.
Yeah. But okay, of course. If rook b4, anyway, I go king d7. So she smartly played king h2. Expect like if I
Yeah.
play b2, then she could get rook b4 and this rook to a3. But still, I don't need to even go that far. Like I can just once I escape the king, these pawns are taken.
Yeah, well, great player. That flawless endgame at in the end. And you've had 2 wins in a row now. So how's the momentum building? How are you feeling?
It's always good to get a wins in such a strong tournaments, but of course, many rounds to go and quite strong opponents ahead as well.
And you still have a chance to qualify if you have a good result here. So how do you kind of see this tournament? Like, you attempt to win every game, or do you kind of look at every move as it goes?
No, I'm not really thinking about the qualification or winning the tournament. I just want to play the game whatever best I could over.
And then for the young players watching, if you had some advice on how to play like you made no mistakes, opponent had counter play, you wanted any one tip for the young players watching?
I think after playing for so many years with experience, probably I managed to play accurately. But I don't rely much on too much engines. Like I try to play practical positions where we have we can play with the general understanding.
Thank you for your time. Really appreciate it, and wishing you all the best for the remaining games. And hope you keep winning as you're winning now.